Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my detailed review and install of the CGS Motorsports 3-inch Cat-Back Exhaust System available for your 2015 and newer Mustang GT. You guys should know the drill by now. We're talking sound, we're talking materials, and of course we're talking install here with the CGS Motorsports system, which on the surface, I'll tell you right off the bat here, 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. No cutting, no permanent modification needed, but we will have a little bit more detail coming up later on. The CGS Motorsports Cat-Back is going to appeal to the S550 GT owners out there looking for an aggressive system that's going to provide some very deep tone and one that will be relatively quiet inside the car. Now, this is going to be a very affordable system in the world of aftermarket catbacks, landing you south of $1,000, thanks largely in part to the aluminized steel construction here with this kit. Should be noted, however, CGS does offer the same exact catback with a full stainless build if that's something you are interested in. Both the aluminized steel and the stainless steel version of this catback will come back by a full lifetime warranty, something that is worth pointing out, especially with the aluminized steel version here, because that's something you don't always get with the more affordable material. Now, for those of you who do not know, CGS Motorsports is a California-based company whose entire motto is "Let it breathe." That's because they primarily deal with intake and exhaust products for a wide variety of vehicles, all of it pretty affordable in the big picture of the aftermarket world, and the CGS Cat-Back that we have here in this video certainly represents that. A big part of maintaining that affordability here with the CGS system, at least in this case, is the aluminized steel construction. Of course, a little bit more of an affordable material compared to the 409 or 304 grade stainless. I did point out to you guys already though that you can grab this same exact system on the site in a full stainless build. Both systems are gonna fall well beneath $1,000, so both are very affordable in the world of aftermarket catbacks. But let's focus in here on the aluminized steel version of this catback, namely the construction, because it is a little unique. It's unique because yes, you are getting that aluminized steel, but it's only pertaining to the tubing itself here. The mufflers along with the tips, premium 304 grade stainless steel. And that's really nice to point out because the mufflers along with the tips should remain looking good for years to come, corrosion free. The piping on the other hand, you might see a little surface corrosion over the years depending on your area, but overall not a huge concern. The mufflers themselves are a performance chambered muffler from CGS, and according to those guys, should give you a nice bump in power, but in my personal opinion, don't expect any huge gains from a catback. Rounding out the construction, you're gonna find that tubing, all 3-inch mandrel-bent here, again, aluminized steel. It does incorporate the X-pipe. We will touch on that a little bit more in a minute. And then finally, everything's gonna exit out the 4-inch tips etched with the CGS logo. I do also wanna point out this system is US made, it is 50 state legal, and again, it is backed by that lifetime warranty. I do want to get back to the included X-pipe here again though, because working with those performance chambered mufflers from CGS, this system did produce a very aggressive tone and one that will certainly turn some heads when on the road. Now, I do also want to point out that it's a very low thumping tone, not really reminiscent of an X-pipe whatsoever, and a tone that's definitely old school muscle, something that I can really get down with. And if you didn't know any better, you'd think this thing included an H-pipe because that's what it sounded like. Breaking out the Wake the Neighbor scale, I'm going 3 out of 5 here on my overall 1 to 5 or 1 the Wake the Neighbor scale. It didn't jump out at me as the loudest system I've ever heard, but it certainly was aggressive, had a good amount of bark. You heard it a little bit on the inside of the cab as well, but definitely nothing overpowering. I have mentioned a few times throughout the video the value of this system here. It is a more affordable system in the big picture of aftermarket exhaust systems, and that definitely rings true when it comes time to break out the wallet. You're looking at right around $800 for the CGS Aluminized steel version of the Cat-Back. Factor in another $150 for the stainless steel version, both of which, again, very affordable and puts it right in line with other affordable options on the site, including Gibson and Mack, and even some of the MBRP systems, some of their higher offerings as well. But overall, again, one of the most affordable or more affordable Cat-Backs here for your S550. Switching gears, let's talk install, and for the S550 GT, again, you're really not looking at a tough install with any system for the most part, and the CGS falls right in line with that. 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, an hour or 2 tops from start to finish, no cutting, no permanent modification needed. I do want to point out that this will fit any fastback GT without issue. Convertible owners out there, if you want to go with the CGS system, CGS says you have to put a 1-inch spacer on that additional bracing underneath the car, or just remove the convertible bracing altogether. Totally your call. But as for tools, you're looking at a basic socket set here to remove that factory Cat-Back. Then you can get to work installing the CGS unit in reverse order. I'd recommend starting from front to back. And again, you should be good to go. Just don't forget your race ramps, jack and jack stands, or your lift in order to complete the install. While CGS might not be the most recognizable name in the aftermarket exhaust world, they certainly came through and built a solid system, an affordable system, and one that's going to deliver some old school muscle car thumping tone. So that's my review of the CGS Aluminized Steel Cat-Back, which you can find right here at AmericanMuscle.com.